Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes there are things that politicians do because it is the anxiety of the moment. But later you will come to realize that the effects of those ills will actually come up and catch up with you. After William Ruto got the nod to visit White House and also address the joint sitting of the Parliament in the United States of America, so many things have happened, and a new development of America blocking part of William Ruto's delegation has actually disorganized the whole trip from the executive office of the president. First, I need to acknowledge that my viewers here under the bold corrected us, and we want to make that correction, that William Ruto is not the first African president to go and make that address. Nelson Mandela, I understand, was the first one, and then the Liberian president, I think Ellen Johnson, if I'm not wrong, Helen Sirleaf. I can't remember the name, but it's someone. She the first African Liberian president. She was a Liberian president, not actually the first, but the first woman, if I'm not wrong. So that trip is being organized by the executive office of the president, and these trips are lucrative opportunities for people to get allowances. There will be scramble for both sides. But United States of America has actually did amazing work. After the new president dispatched the advance team, and then the list of those who are supposed to attend from William Ruto's inner circle would cut across environment, people in the climate change sector, which William Ruto is a champion, the people that are on, or rather state officials on the matters of economy, and the state officials on matters on donor funding, and many others, also including defense. However, there is a leaked report from the visa from the embassy. This is what they're saying. Visa ban for the corrupt. Several senior and key government officials may miss an upcoming high-profile visit with claims that the Western country's embassy in Nairobi has failed to grant them visas. Reports indicate the list forwarded was being scrutinized, and those suspected to be engaged in corruption have had decisions about their visas delayed. Those in the know now say the entourage will have to be trimmed in line with visa conditions. Some of those affected are said to be senior officials whose dockets are important to the itinerary. So there are some people that, officials that President William Ruto believed that they're supposed to be part of that delegation to the US. But the embassy is saying no. So and so and so are not going there. So before even they get deep in this, I want to throw you a guess. Who do you think Ruto proposed to go with and has been declined? Who amongst them has been declined? I know the list is very predictable, but worry not. I think we will really comprehensively in the bold will cover that visit, and we'll show you who is there, who is not there, and what really has happened. So bank on us, and you will be told. You will see what exactly transpired there. I want to divide more on the factors behind the ban on some of the senior government officials. I want to debunk on that keenly. But before I do that, there is a policy and an announcement I need to make in this podcast. I've always said we belong to this society. Now we have floods. We've seen different political leaders talking about the need for people to move and the efforts to do evacuations, even though in some places government is doing evictions, sadly. We want to urge, and in this desk, in the bold desk, that if you stay in a place you believe, you feel, and there is a historical probability of it flooding when it rains, kindly try to move to a safer ground. Not a higher ground. There is not exactly higher, not that every higher ground is safe. Try to move to a safer ground. And number two, don't dare the floods. If it is raining and you are on the other side of the river, or the other side of the road, of the other side of the topographical gradient, don't dare to cross the water. I've been seeing videos in social media on how people are moving. Yesterday, I'm making this a very personal step because just yesterday, I was around Joska and the whole road was flooded. Then there is one motorist who tried to go. Alipofika katikati ya barabara, he was stuck. The the motorbike went off. It was at the middle of the road and the water was overflowing. And then he drowned with the motorbike and was not seen. Just the same hour, another person who was attempting, now he want to show that Mimi I am a pro, tried to cross and drowned. In fact, for him he was safe because imagine when he was going there, he was already carrying some rope. So alipoona anaenda na maji akarusha. Then the rope was used for him to be pulled out of the water. Kindly, Kenyans, all from political statements. If you can move, move. And number two, don't dare floods. Straight. The factors why William Ruto's itinerary is being trimmed by America. Why America is trimming. There are two reasons here. The two objectives of trimming that list that America wants, the Biden wants that list to be trimmed. Number two, there are also other reasons why some members cannot fly to America. I want to exhaust just a bit of that. The first is America understands, and Joe Biden understands very well, that William Ruto's trip to US, in the intelligence here they believe that it does not have much of the liking of all. Remember, William Ruto is being projected and is seen in this country as American puppet. So the embassy and the intelligence here know that in Kenya, there is a significant percentage of the population that see President Ruto as American puppet. That is just being used to perpetrate American agenda in the country. So that trip is going to have all the lenses, and Kenyans are paying attention. They will not want, and they also know that Kenya and William Ruto has mentioned about austerity measures. So what the Biden team are trying to avoid is the backlash from the Kenyan people that going to bank, we are coming there, and then he has carried a bloated team. I know, even the embassy, from where they're seated, they know that when these trips come, it's an opportunity for corruption to thrive, for people to finish their houses, for people to, to buy new cars to their spouses and their girlfriends. So because they understand the probability of Kenya carrying a bloated team to US, they've decided to use the visa ban to stop it so that they can control the backlash from the population. Number two, the current administration, a significant section of the cabinet are actually riddled with corruptions. The ministries are riddled with corruption. But because of the political bad manners we have here, I don't think the Kenyan government will be sensitive to the fact that a minister who is my friend but is corrupt, or rather is linked to some corruption, the fact that there is a corruption case on him here locally because of our bad manners cannot stop him from accompanying the president to America. So, America also do not want to see a situation where they are inviting the president and president carries accompanied by ministers and state officials that are actually reported to be corrupt, with have reputation, with very bad reputation in terms of governance. Because on that, the media will carry the stories about, you went with so-and-so, and the so-and-so that you went with is actually corrupt. So no one would want that to happen. And that is why someone was even telling me behind the scene that the reason why Meg Whitman might have gone to Raila is he wants some people from Raila Odinga's side to accompany William Ruto to US. Maybe even wanted Raila Odinga to accompany William Ruto to the US. And declined. And that is why this story of visa ban might be coming up, that maybe some people are to be blocked because they are pushing for Raila Odinga to accompany William Ruto, or rather to be part of that delegation that will go with William Ruto there, so that they have a united front. I can tell you that there is nothing like America is pushing Kenyan agenda. They're pushing their own agenda. And here is a situation where we don't want to go with people that are corrupt because it's going to soil our reputation. Number three, the anti-Uhuru schemes last year soiled reputation of some people. You know, America has investment interest in the country. It's one of the Kenyan's trading partner, global trading partner. And part of what was being destroyed by that time was also showing bad manners of handling the former president. There are so many deals and good deals that maybe might have happened between Kenya and US even during Uhuru era. So there are leaders that came out, they used all manner of words and abuses and insults against the former president. And I remember there's a time one American envoy came to Kenya here, and when he came to the country, she blocked Moses Kuria. She declined to meet Moses Kuria, and it was highly reported in the papers that she didn't want to talk to Moses Kuria because of the bad mouthing. So this could be it. It's about the anti-Uhuru, and the fate of Moses Kuria then is what could be happening. Number three, we've had rampant cases, or rather, number four, we've had rampant cases of money laundering and drug peddling. Despite of the tough talk by Politico on money laundering and drug peddling, I think less is being done. There have just been cases of interceptions at the airport, that so and so was arrested at the airport trying to do this and that. but less has been put into practice. So from what I am seeing, America could also be having some red alert on some specific fellows that are involved in this. And that is amongst the reasons that have subjected it to this. Now, question. Who do you think leaked this information to the news, to the media? Do you think it is government or the embassy officials? Remember, in American embassy, not all people that work in American embassy are Americans. No, American embassy here, the embassy here in Nairobi, there are Kenyans that are working there. So why did they leak information? This information might have been leaked by the insiders from the embassy. And it's a very interesting development. I said I will try to follow to the latter this visit and try to look into what exactly we are not being told. Thank you guys, and let's meet in the next.